We're going to try to knock him out right now. We only need to draw 4 drop for this. Got him. Yeah. Welcome back, everybody, to the show. I'm your host, as always, Jay Villain, aka That Villain Jay. And tonight we have a very special treat for you, because tonight we have a Jank. We have Orzhov Jank that is frankly bordering on a meme deck. Although I really do like it, and I had a lot of fun with it. And I asked chat, should we even post this crazy thing? Because it wins. It doesn't win consistently, though. It's real random. It's like one of that Gamble Dino decks where just random stuff happens. I've gotten more draws with this deck, literal draws where we both lose at the same time with this deck than anything I've ever played. This is madness incarnate right here. So we're going to show you the Soul Ripper right here. Orzhov, splash of mono black. Let's get down into it because this is crazy. Before we do that, though, I need you to do something for me, which is, of course, tenderly press that like button, gently press that subscribe button, because if you don't press that like and subscribe button, guys, I'm going to be honest with you, you're going to get attacked by the like and subscribe, which you may or may not know is a YouTube werewolf who will viciously maul you and rip you apart for not liking the video and subscribing to the channel today. Join us on a stream every night at twitch.tv/thatvillainj for all live streaming goodness. You too could be able to watch crazy meme decks like this pop off or flop. Hit that notification bell so you can be right on time for the videos and the live streams. You can see all that good stuff. Check out our Discord community for all the latest news, information, post your decks, post memes, ask questions. It's all right there on Discord. And of course, this deck and all the other ones that I build are going to be available down below on my AetherHub. So if you want a copy of this one, you go right down there to the Moxfield List AetherHub. It's going to be there in the description. So what are we talking about? The point of this deck is to get Duskmourn's Claim off with the heaviest, thickest cards that we could possibly think of. That's kind of that's the point. We search for Duskmourn's Claim, we get it out on the board, and then we nuke them with stuff that costs an insane amount of cash, an insane amount of mana right there. That's the whole point. This is what the whole deck is based around. I did a Duskmourn's Claim deck previously. I wanted to do one that was a little bit different, especially an Orzhov one. Especially with the flexibility of putting in whatever you want, but this is kind of the, the penultimate one. This is kind of the synthesis of that idea. We're going to start with Freedig Rebooter, which of course is going to help you scry, which is important figuring out what the next card is so you can set yourself up for any specific, for any card that you're going to draw, and of course throw things away you don't need, and get the treasure token to ramp. Because we do have a secondary win con. A lot of these decks are relying on basically Duskmourn's Claim doing all the work, but if you don't get it, I want you to be able to win as well just through sheer muscle, and that extra mana ramp is going to help quite a bit. Insatiable Avarice was a late game ad, and I think that it is something that you can swap in and out depending on what you need. Insatiable Avarice is good because you can force draw on people. Target player draws 3 cards and loses 3 life, which is always good with Bloodletter because you can make them lose 6 life that way. Or we can search your library for a card and put that card on top. So when you combine Insatiable Avarice with Duskmourn's Claim, you basically set yourself up for putting a card on top that someone that you're going to draw next, and that can be a win con in and of itself. So that's actually a really good combination play. But we added that late. It can be swapped in and out. Bitter Triumph, simple enough. Discard a card. We do mind discarding for this one. We can gain life in this, but discarding is fine because we are running Reanimator as well, just in case. And Terminus of Return, I actually found a really good use for the Soulstone in this. Again, if you're filling up your graveyard with a lot of cards, being able to access the Infinity ability for the Soulstone. Indestructible and adds a black, gets you in a good ramp position right there. I like 2 of them in there. So basically, let's talk about this, because this is the whole crux of the deck right here. Duskmourn's Claim, also known as Parker Luck. Really fun card, and I don't think people are playing it enough. 1 black and 2. At the beginning of your end step, 2 target players each reveal the top card of their library. So it's basically going to be you and your opponent. They lose life equal to the mana value revealed by the other player. Then they each put the revealed card into their hand. So in this regard, you're going to look at the top card of their deck, and they're going to reveal the top of theirs and the top of yours. You want yours to be the most expensive card that you can think of, because it will make them lose the most life. Generally speaking, especially with certain stuff, people aren't running that expensive stuff. There's a few decks that run expensive things, but like aggro decks, what's the most you're going to lose off the top? A screaming Nemesis for 3? No big deal. Meanwhile, what we're going to do is we're going to load this with a humongous top end using these expensive white and black cards, especially rooms, because Unholy Annex is worth 8. It counts as both. The converted mana cost is both 5 and 3. Specifically with Funeral Room and Awakening Hall, because that's 11. That's a CMC 11 right there. So if you pull off a Duskmourn's Claim with a Funeral Room, guess what? They lose 11 life. Yeah, you use it with, Overlords or even Knights of the Round, that's 8 life, that's 7 life right there. All of these cards, any expensive, I'm talking about 7+, is going to be huge damage. Funeral Room being the crown jewel. And like I said, what you can do is you can do an Insatiable Avarice, select a Funeral Room, say, I want that on the top of my deck, and go for Duskmourn's Claim. Boom. You know you hit it at the end. It's a gamble because it could hurt you a lot. You might not have enough life. You could accidentally, and this is what happens a whole bunch, you can accidentally kill yourself and your opponent simultaneously and pull a draw, which I've done a bunch of times with this deck where he takes 11 damage and I take 5 damage and we both end up losing the game. So it's really, really interesting, and it's a really fun deck. And again, we're really memeing out here. This is this a reliable strategy? I'm not going to tell you that this is going to get you to Mythic. Maybe it will. Maybe somebody you have phenomenal luck. It might destroy everything. The funny thing about this is, if you combine it with stuff like Bloodladder of Aclazotz, you're potentially talking about a 1-turn knockout, because Duskmourn's Claim comes out. Duskmourn's Claims comes out pretty early, and then you can get Bloodladder of Aclazotz out. Funeral Room, making them lose 11 life twice, means 22 points of damage. Duskmourn's Claim into Bloodladder of Aclazotz into pulling a Funeral Room. That's it. Especially if you have an Insatiable Avarice, and you can set yourself up for getting a Funeral Room or anything else like that, because Bloodletter is going to double the amount of life loss that you do. So that does 11, that does 16, that does 22, that does 16, that does 16, etc., and so forth. 14 and 14 damage, respectively. Insane amounts, insane levels of damage that you can do right there to your opponent by pulling off that combo. You want to make sure you Duskmourn's Claim out? Get Beseech the Mirror in there. You search your library for a card, exile it, then shuffle. Exile it face down to shuffle. If it was bargain, you may blast it. Otherwise, you put it into your hand. We can absolutely bargain it. We can crack the Terminus of Return or any other enchantment or artifact or token that we have, which is kind of why I like Mistmoors, because it does give us the tokens to hit the Beseech the Mirror, and immediately play Duskmourn's Claim or the Bloodladder of Aclazotz, which either one that you need right there. You can pull that trick off right there to specifically get the card that you want down onto the board for the sacrifice cost. Zombify is great in there because a lot of people kill Aclazotz, but also Knights of the Round and Mistmoors are great to reanimate. They're a really good reanimator target, along with anything else that you might have. I don't know if you need 3 Zombifies. I did run this previously with more Mistmoors. I didn't have Avarice in it previously. So if you go down to Avarice and up Knights of the Round or something like that, you can actually up the amount of Zombifies that you might want, generally speaking, because, again, if you discard cards, if you either hit Bitter Triumph or just figure out a way to get cards into the graveyard, either by using Surveil or whatever, you can reanimate these, and you can absolutely hit a combination play off like that. So you can reanimate Knights of the Round, which of course is a 3/3 indestructible Saga Knight. You generate up to 13 Knights that everyone gets +2/+2, indestructible, and you get to attack. So that's a really good way of getting things, alternatively, aside from Duskmourn's Claim, is just going in with pure muscle. Reanimating Overlord of the Mistmoors right here, 2 white and 5, 6/6, impending for 2 white and 4. This is not a bad one to do. Again, you get 2/1 flying insect creature tokens no matter what you do. Either if you hard cast it when it enters or attacks, you get those insects, or you get it from reanimating or paying its impending cost, which is pretty solid. I like Virtue of Persistence as well for the -3, and the expensive cost. You do get a 7-banger right there for Duskmourn's Claim as we go. We want to keep our low-cost cards down. We don't ever want to really hit these off Duskmourn's. We want to hit the high end, so that's why we have such a beefy high end. And of course, later on, you can reanimate from a graveyard into the battlefield. Knights of the Round we already talked about. That's an 8-banger right there. Unholy Annex, really, really good card because it serves 2 purposes here. It lets you draw 1 black for 2, 1 black and 2 for Unholy Annex. It gains and drains for 2 life. Lose 2 and gain 2 if you have a demon out. Of course, we do have demons. And it generates its own demon with Real Chamber. And again, reiterating, Duskmourn's Claim. You get the full cost of the card. You don't just get Annex and Ritual Chamber. This is, for the purposes of Duskmourn's Claim, this is an 8-banger. So, boom, you rip that off the top with Duskmourn's, they're going to lose 8. Chances are that they pull a mana or something and you lose nothing. So, it is a huge gamble deck. It is a meme deck. And finally, with Funeral Room and Awakening Hall, I either really like this one. 1 black and 2. Whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1, you gain 1. Decent effect right there. Honestly, there's some creatures with better effects, but this is a enchantment room. And we also have the Awakening Hall on the other side, where 2 black and 6, you get to open that up late in the game. When you unlock this door, return all creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. So you can reanimate your entire graveyard if you have your graveyard filled with all kind of other stuff. Again, you can modify this by either going more Reanimator or more leaning into the Duskmourn's Claim to specifically set yourself up for those knockout life loss wins right there. Again, pretty solid, but that is the one that we want. That's our crown jewels, to get that 11 damage off with Duskmourn's Claim for the wins right there. So I do like Shadowy Backstreet right here because it lets you surveil by either putting a card on top, keeping one on top, or put it in your graveyard. You can do a lot more scrying as well. You could modify your this was kind of a fast and dirty one. You could do Temple of Silence as well to help scry, so that you can make sure that you get the card. Like, you look at the top card, you say it's a land. I don't want Duskmourn's Claim to go off on a land. Boom, I'm going to swap that out. Of course, you just have your basic Bleachbone Verge, Concealed Courtyard, Godless Shrine, and Shadowy Backstreet. We don't need that much white. I do think the white adds some stuff into it, especially for some anti-meta tech that we may need later in the game. We'll talk about that when we get to the sideboard. Of course, this is a 4.9 average. That's the point. We want it as expensive as possible so Duskmourn's Claim pops off like crazy. 11 creatures, vampires, sagas, demons, horrors, instants, sorceries, artifacts, a load of enchantments, believe it or not, because the rooms are really is what going to express the most damage there. And of course, Duskmourn's Claim is an enchantment as well. So heavy on the enchantments, 24 lands altogether, a little splish splash of white, but mostly black. Again, I think the white is kind of important. I think you could run this mono black, but you have a lot of options right here for anti-meta tech, namely Seam Rip, Requisition Raid, Get Lost, Rest in Peace, in case you're going to run into a lot of stuff that is going to outgun you very quickly. This does require a little bit of setup. And if you're running into a Caravo deck or something that's going to reanimate on turn 4 and blow you up, Rest in Peace or something like that can be very useful. Insatiable Avarice is probably the best bet right there to swap in as you may or may not need it. Again, to specifically select the card that's going to be on top for 3 mana and then rip it. You know, you put your Funeral Room on top, you hit it off with Duskmourn's Claim, and bang, they're out the life. So that is going to be what we're going to do. Again, I did not get I basically went 50% with this deck. I'll be honest with you. It was like a 50-50 deck. It was a coin flip. Because what is this deck is? It's basically a coin flip. Duskmourn's Claim could either, it's feast or famine. It could accidentally blow you up, or it can kill your opponent instantly. So, the chat insisted that I make the video out of it. They said it's too fun. There's too many crazy things that happen. I pulled off too many crazy end time wins, clutch wins around here. So, entertainment for this one, guys. I don't want to get accused of if you run this and you lose every single time to say, hey, listen, man, you're gambling with this one. You're completely coin flipping the whole game. But it is very fun, and it is a fun way of doing things. Yeah, I mean, it worked in standard ranked. It is a Soul Ripper. Have a good time with it. Enjoy it. Use it to inspire some other builds you do. And hey, maybe you'll get lucky and you'll coin flip your way all the way to Mythic. Let me know if you do. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think down below, and make sure to like the video. Here we go. You can see inside my shell, I wait and bleed. What else was I gonna sing? One of my favorite songs is actually a Stone Sour. You hear me sing a lot on the stream. Say you'll never die, you'll always haunt me. I wanna know I belong to you. Say you'll haunt me. Together forever, we'll be together. Together forever, I belong to you. Little supernovas in my mind. I used to sing that whenever I was playing the Supernova Dragon or anything that has any lyrics. If the thing is, with my brain, if anything reminds me of lyrics, I sing the lyrics. You know? Little off guard and unprepared. I will give you anything to say you wanna stay, you want me still. Say you'll never die, you'll always haunt me. Boom. Let's put Ritual Chamber out. Probably gets counterspelled. No? Alright. He's probably got only removals in there, I'm guessing. Stock up. Well, you know, all those fucking new metal bands, I was in the prime age for those. So, obviously, I liked a lot of them. You know? Shoot the sheriff. Boom. Slipknot. See, well, they just did an Iron Maiden one. It's not impossible. American Head Charge. Nobody knows that band. Nobody knows that band. Holy shit. Nobody knows who American Head Charge is. And all it was something beautiful. When tides and dreams don't seem so tall at all. And all it was something beautiful. Cast that. What has he got here? Okay, you do that. Hey, thank you for coming, Chris Cass. Singularity Rupture, very nice. Boom. What do we got here? Boom. He's probably got the whatchamacallit. Hey, we got him. Look at that. Got him. I don't know, guys. I'm debating whether or not making this into a video because we're at about a 50% Al and Avatar. I think we might get a juicy bump in Avatar. It might be pretty popular. Lorwyn I know is going to be popular. I think that probably I have no idea about TMNT. I generally that could be a nightmare. Hey, what's up, Jaguar? That could be a nightmare. It could be great. It could be huge. The other ones, frankly, I have no guess. Avatar should be, at the very least, it should be interesting. I'll say this. Boom. Yeah, that's 11 life right there. You didn't like that. You don't like that at all. artifact, creature. I have none of those. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff right there. There you go. Oops. My man's is not happy. All I need to pull is anything but a land. So he has a 59% chance of instantly dying when Duskmourn's claim goes off. Oh, don't worry, we're gonna get bans. They've basically said, hey, it's gonna get banned. Yeah, you can't do anything about that. You need to kill it. It's gonna happen. We're gonna get bans. There you go. Easy as pie. I mean, you read their blog and they're like, we realize it's a terrible problem. I don't think they're going to let it. I think the reason they moved it up is they don't want it to brick Avatar. They didn't want to ban, whatchamacallit. I don't think you move it up unless you're planning on making a move. Let me say that. You don't move it up unless you're planning on making a move. Hey, what's up, Prophet Grime? How you doing? Well, I'm glad you could join us tonight then, if you haven't been here. Hired Claw. Bleachbone Merge, let's do this. That's a hard choice. Deciding between apple and pumpkin is a hard choice. Marriage isn't cracked up to be? Sorry to hear that. Pretty sure I'm dead here. Probably just has a lightning bolt to get me with. There you go. Sweet potato. I do like apple pie. Straight pumpkin pie with no delicious dollop of whipped cream. Sweet potato pies, it can be good. Here's the thing about sweet potato pie. It can be good, it can be absolute fucking dog shit. If someone doesn't know what they're doing, that's a tricky pie to get right. That's a tricky pie to get right. Let me say that. You can get some good ones now. Okay, it's certainly possible to get good sweet potato pies, but you also can get horrid ones. Okay. Shadowy Backstreet. Pecan pie is good. Pecan pie is perfectly fine. Pecan pie. Again, it's very easy to get wrong. It's very easy to get wrong if you're not paying attention. Down to 7. Do that. He's gonna draw. He's gonna pump. I really want him to pump. Want him to throw it all in there. All right, guys, here comes the gamble. Got him. Got him. Cream base cries. She doesn't believe that she doesn't believe that fruit belongs in dessert. And I'm like, that's crazy. That's a crazy. She's like, no, fruit doesn't belong in dessert. And I'm like, that's crazy talk. That's just lunacy. So she doesn't like lemon meringue pie. She doesn't like anything with berries. Although she'll eat, of course, she'll eat a pineapple upside down cake. And I'm like, that's fruit and dessert. She's like, that doesn't count. I know. That's why I always say lemon meringue river region, because I love lemon meringue. And there's lobby right there. There we go. That's not a dessert. That's a snack. If we're talking about like a baked dessert, like my mom makes a mean chantilly cake that's like berries and cream cake. And she's like, I'm not eating that. It's berries and cream, and fruit doesn't belong in dessert. And I'm like, that's just, it's just pure lunacy. So I don't know what to do with that. She won't eat it. She won't eat anything. And I love lemon. She likes sour things. She likes, you know, sour candies and lemon flavored things and all that. And she has no problem with that. But for dessert, she says, no, I can't. I won't do a lemon meringue. I won't put fruit in dessert. And I'm like, that's weird, man. That's yeah, she doesn't like it. She doesn't like it. I don't know what to say. Lemon meringue. Although she likes banana bread. So I don't know. It's so wildly inconsistent. What can I even say? What can I even say? It's so wildly, unpleasantly inconsistent. You know? No blocks. There's Freedig Rebooter. But I think we have to put Mr. Mistmores. Balaclava. Bacon cream pie. Chocobo. I think he's going to kill me here. Especially if he has a double land. No, he doesn't have a double land, but it's going to go off twice. So that's going to go to 4. It's going to go to 8. It's going to go to 16, which is going to be more than I can block. No removal. I didn't get the removal. Valgaboth Chosen, I think we got to get rid of it. I think we have to put more kill cards in here. Oh, believe it or not, I actually had, we had those, I cooked those think it was a Marie Callender's pot pie for dinner, believe it or not. Mulligan that. I'm not using Sheltered. I won't do it. Presence. Future of Persistence. I'll take it. Pest Control from the big score. No, that's actually a decent idea. Pest Control's a little slow. It's a little small. Good for small decks. Prophet Grime, you can make sweet gangjong. I don't know what that is. Sounds Korean though. Phoenix Love, how you doing? We're gonna put down that. Okay. We're gonna claim it. Shadowy Backstreet. I need him to tap out here. There we go. You are up. It's a Korean fried sweet. Pay 2 life. We're gonna put down you, and we're gonna go for the fucking gold here. Yeah, that's the good stuff. He could have the sweeper. He could have the sweeper here. We don't know. He could bring it out. He could have Cravo. But also he could not have Cravo. Cravo was his name-o. Kiora again. Okay. Very nice. Boom. Very nice. Cravo was his name-o. Care Bears, didn't they do a Care Bear Secret Lair? Isn't that a thing that they did, or am I thinking of My Little Pony? Puggy Bear, delicious donuts. Listen, you guys got me talking about food. And if there's anything I like, it's food. I love food. No, he's not going to go in. He is going to go in. He is not going to go in. He is going to go in. Let's put down Shadowy Backstreet. Duskmourn's Claim. I would do 4, and that would leave him at 8. We're going to try to knock him in. We're going to try to knock him out right now. We're going to try to knock him out right now. Because we only need to draw 4 drop for this. Got him. There you go. Yeah, they made Rainbow Dash. They made Rainbow Dash. Care Bear's Secret Lair. They did do a Care Bear Secret Lair. I knew they did a Care Bear Secret Lair. They did it in 2023. Nice. I love killing people in a weird way. We've so far gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, how many draws have we gotten with this? A lot of draws. We've gotten a lot of draws with this. Okay, I could deal with this. Bleachbone Verge. We'll put that down. Yeah, it was a while ago, man. You might not have been playing, you know? Okay, I think he's doing Cravo. Let's see if he does a counterspell. He probably will. No, he let it through. Okay, great. Let's see if he does an enchantment destruction. There you go. Cool. Wonderful. This is what I'm playing right now, Ryan. I'm playing the Duskmourn room deck. Ooh, he got me good with the Beyond the Quiet. Let's put that down. He'll probably counterspell it. Let's see what we get off the top here. Buggerman, 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 Buggerman. Back streets back, alright. Got him for 4 there. Okay. He's gonna break Duskmourn's claim again. Very nice. Let's do this. This Mr. Negative, yeah, I'm kind of struggling how to. Yeah, I guess the gain life, lose life trick is to pull the Mr. Negative combo off. I guess I'll have to do that eventually. Duskmourn's claim. I don't want that. There you go. That's 8 to open. Currently I've got that down. Enters tapped. I have no idea what this guy is doing, but it looks really boring. It looks super boring. Yeah, I'm kind of curious as to what Bray Jappy is, too. Looks like this is just insane control is what it is. This looks like just like insane control. Boom, boom, boom. I don't need that. Do that. Yeah, I don't really know what this is, man. He's got Exile, Destroy All. He's got every color. I don't really get it. So he got rid of my Duskmourn's claim. I can win without those. It is possible. It's not going to be easy, but I can do it. Interesting. Yeah, I don't really know what he's doing. He's gonna do Get Lost. Very nice. Everybody. Yeah. He's ramping to something. Who knows what exactly, but something is being ramped here. Overlord. Operation Overlord. He is going for an insane amount of mana here. Okay. My Tyrann, Concealed Courtyard. We'll do this. He'll probably kill this. I figure he's got a shitload of removal. One way or the other. Do it, man. Do it. There you go. Burn up your mana. There you go, man. Four blue death touch. Boom, 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 boom. Did I get anything good in there? Nah, not really. Not really. There's another land. We didn't get any of my good cards. Surveil. What do we got? Nope. We didn't get anything good, guys. Probably another counterspell. Look at this. Absolute fucking dog shit right here, man. I hate this shit. He exiled all of my Duskmourns. That's the thing. It's a control deck. He's he's gonna run nothing but force removal of everything on the face of the earth. He's just gonna do it. It's gonna happen. We gotta accept that and move on. He's gonna not let me get anything. It's his goal. He's not gonna let me have any board state, period. That's the idea. Yeah. If you're running 3-4 board wipes, full exiles, yeah, you're never gonna allow board state. I think the only real way you beat that is by counter controlling it or stumbling him so bad that you get aggro out early. But that kind of deck is just an absolute turtle for the purposes of winning. It's just completely turtling everything. It was nothing but exiles, and that deck used to be very popular when Duskmourn first came out. You just did all of the different overlords and did nothing but board wipes and overlords because you didn't have that problem. You didn't have the issue of whatchamacallit hitting you. Boom. Let's do that. That was just all kill. It was 100% kill. And sometimes, just like the anime said, the manga, all you need is kill. We'll block that. I want the, there you go. Boom. Boom. Scry? Yeah, I'll take that. You know what? Let's do Duskmourn's Claim right now, and then we'll go to Virtue of Persistence. Okay. Scry. Yeah, I'll do that. Get rid of you. Get you. And then we're going to hit him for that much off the top. 8 off the top. Or a Boroid. Put that in. Question. Get to Scry. Verge. Sure, why not? Alright. We're gonna put this down. Bargain. We're gonna look for Bloodletter of Aclazotz. Put you down. We're gonna gamble. Got him. Got him. Got him. Ha! Got him. That's how we gamble, boys. That's how we absolute gamble. That dude is still back there. He's still looking at the board. He's going, what? What just happened? What was that? What just happened? You can beat it. It's a nightmare though. That's the thing about it. It's fucking a nightmare to deal with. It's terrible. It's very difficult to remove. And the thing is, it's a control deck that overwhelms the board. It's such a bad situation to find yourself in. That it's tricky to justify that existing, in my opinion. It's genuinely very tricky to justify that thing existing. Yeah, you need them to... Not only that, really, the only way to beat it is for them to whiff. If they completely fucking whiff their runs, then sure, yeah, then maybe you can... if they completely miss, they just don't get a good hand, or you get a leg up on them. But basically, if they get everything they need by turn 3, they're going to beat the shit out of you. There's not really a long and short of it. He's probably going to play Enchantment Destruction. So we're going to do this. Either Counterspell, or he's going to kill it. Next. We'll do this. We've got to play into it, guys. There you go. Boom. Do that. He'll play the removal. It's all control. Every deck that I play is a fucking control deck, man. It's really wild that we're at this point. You know? We're at the point where just everything is fucking... Scorpion Circles by Generalic and Memphis Reigns. I have no idea what that is. Sorry, man. Not even a fucking clue. That sounds very obscure. How you doing, A Chucky? How you doing? Welcome. Seam Rip. Okay, very nice. So just all exile, just total control deck. Okay, we'll do this then. Get those counterspells. Get those counterspells out of your hand, man. We'll get them out of your hand. Choose one. I'll take this. Okay, perfect. No, it's just it's fun death. And that's my biggest argument against it is that everyone fucking hates dealing with it. There isn't anybody that likes fucking dealing with it. It's just a nightmare to fucking have to deal with. Okay, we'll put down one of those. We'll put down this. More counter spells, probably. We don't need that. Mana. We'll wait. Impending it down. We'll kill that. Exile permanent. Very nice. Yeah, this is total control here. Let's see, guys. He's got 2 cards in his hand. He doesn't want to show them to me. He really doesn't want to show them to me. He never wants to leave mana. He's also never once used all of his mana, so he really wants to react. Deadly cover up, very nice. Who's he gonna grab out of here? Unholy Annex, maybe. Probably, yeah. Unholy Annex. He gets to draw a card. Hey, what's up, Zaberitz? Let's do Duskmourn Claim. Let's do that. Put that in there. Lost him some life. There's Strionic Recorder for him. Boom. Strionic Recorder. Get lost. Double it. Put you down. Bring you back. Boom. Perfect. Now he dies. Bye. Very nice. Told you guys, we just go up and down here. We just go up and down and up and down, which is very silly. But it is inconsistent. It is relatively inconsistent. We'll do one more and see what I'll see how I feel about it. Kind of bothers me that Avatar comes out so close to Thanksgiving. It's going to be a little tricky to do as much as I want. Well, I could definitely do the first week. I mean, comes out on Arena on the 21st, I think. Yeah, it's going to be tricky to do exactly everything that I want for... I'm going to mulligan this. I don't have any very good early plays. It's better. It's not great. We'll drop a Bloodletter. We'll drop a Bloodletter. Hey, what's up, Chico? How you doing? Do that. Boom. Win by map tokens. Oh, this is Reanimator. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't deal with this. The thing is, this is really a complete gamble deck, and it's very hard to get stuff that's super meta out. It's very tricky. Painful Revelation. Let's put down Duskmourn's Claim just for funsies and see what happens. Hey, we got him ripped right off the jump right there. That's good. There's Reanimator. Told you it was not going to work on Reanimator. Put down another Duskmourn's Claim. Boom. Do that. All white mana, so we can't even get down our creatures. We're playing an insane Orzhov deck. Hey now, we're an all-star. Get your game on. Go play. All that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break the mold. Villainous Wrath just it makes somebody lose all the life that is in their hand. All the life that is there. It makes somebody lose life equal to the number of creatures they control, and then it wipes the board. The fact that you don't know that and how many times I've played it and how many decks I put it in makes me think you're not watching the videos. And if you're not watching the videos, you're not liking them. And if you're not liking them, you're gonna get attacked by a werewolf who doesn't care whether or not you just got off a 12-hour shift. So, just word of warning. The werewolf doesn't give a 10-penny fuck about how much you work. Oh, werewolf, I was busy. I couldn't watch Jay's video. Well, it's too fucking bad. That sounds like a personal problem. Here comes Aggro Claws. Boom. Boom. No attacks. Wabango. Do I want a white mana? I do not want a white mana. I will say... Get him for the 11. There we go. Miss Morris. Got him. Asmoran. Alright, we're going to leave it right there, folks. This is a crazy deck. I got a lot of control, but I think, honestly, Soul Ripper, I think there's something there, man. And I think, honestly, if you just want to have fun, maybe it won't get you to Mythic, but damn, it'll make you have fun, I'll tell you that much. You'll have a ball with it, and you'll absolutely crush people out of nowhere and humiliate them. So if that's what you're into, I'd say give it a shot. Why not? Who cares? Do it.